Okay, I've decided to do a read today in which I'm going to be asking Shirdi Sai Baba as to who is the queen that he was talking about in a previous read of mine. Had to do with, like, I think something going wrong with the brain, but not naturally. Connected with, I think it would be companies that do the work of, let's just say, convergence of technology with the brain, or then, let's just say, using devices, medical devices, to uh, work on different body parts. But it is basically a external intervention, an artificial external intervention. My read was talking about someone going mad, and on the back of one company being called out. Then it also spoke about a queen. Now, when it comes to the word queen, I got the word Anu, I got the word Rao, I got the word Renu, I got the word Gari, I got the word Aryan, I got the word uh, Ayan, I got the word, then making them fall, Girna. Okay? I got the word Rana, I got the word Gerua and Geru and Geyu. Rina, Raga, Raina, and something to do with the EU, AU, Euro, INR, Nagas and Nag, and the young, Nara, Nari. So what I was interested in knowing was, who has this been done to? If Shirdi Sai Baba is willing to say who the queen is, because I keep getting her all the time. This time I didn't get her as the word queen. I got the name Anne. Anne is very important, and I think quite a center point over here. Anne. Except it's got to do with the EAs of these people who have shapeshifted for them, and the original is dead, or the original has hired the EAs. According to me, in some of these cases, the original is dead. There are no more. And their exit could have happened not in a nice way. Okay, I'm not sure. This also hasn't really spoken about an RIP or a dying of anybody. This particular read, it was to do with the Shrad. So the Shrad that happened over here connected with outsiders, connected with my balcony versus even what is in my bedroom here. This time Shrad was a little different. I didn't have anybody from my family members visiting me this time, to tell you very honestly. What I offered just as a Shrad offering, some of it had to be canned, had to be sent away. Okay? And so I found it a little strange that it has never happened to me in the past. So I just found it a little strange. Then I did the read for the Shraddh and I got all these things that I just said. So I want to know who is, and there are people who call me, are you mad? Are you madder? I say no, I'm not. I've never had a pet name or a nickname where anyone calls me mad or madder. There must be somebody who is my sister. They do say she's crazy, as in not crazy, like, she comes up with funny things. So she's really mad, she's crack, that sort. But that's not said to call anyone in a bad way. It's just that she's cracking such jokes, or she's got such a different perspective on life. It makes you laugh, and so what a different way of just viewing life. not from any bad perspective. So anyway, what I've decided to do is I'm going to I'll show you my real photo for what it was taken, the way it was taken. It's not a very pleasant one compared to me as of now. In this and this, there's a big difference, right? This versus that. But that's who I look like actually. Okay, and also what I want to do is, this is also me. I suppose this is me. If I have to clock the timing of this throw, it's 14:53, October 5th, 2024. It's a Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to do the throw. I'm going to keep this, well, this is me only. Impromptu. So I'm going to just ask Shirdi Sai Baba. Shirdi Sai Baba, with your blessings, if you can please tell me Shirdi Sai Baba, I wanted to know, is it okay? Are you with me as of now? Is your spirit with me as of now? I want to thank you for everything. I also want to thank Hanuman Ji for the guidance that he gave me when it came to consuming something, not consuming something, and if there was anyone from the spirit realm who did not show themselves, but they were taking care of the process, and I didn't know how. I myself am pretty dumb. So, but they took care of a process. So I just want to give my gratitude and thanks to them for what was to be consumed and what was not to be consumed. I just wanted to know, is there a need to find out who the queen is and then who went mad? Connected with, probably something connected with Neura, or something like Neura, basically to do with a brain intervention which led the person to go mad. Would you like to name the person who you are talking about, who went mad, and also who is the queen? Why do I keep getting Gauri's name all the time, along with her son Aryan and Rao? Why do I keep getting their name all the time? Also, who is AO? So anyway, if I want to start, who is the Rani? ये जो queen है, queen कौन है? Are you willing to tell? Have most of these people passed away, Shirdi Sai Baba, with clones left behind? Amongst them, are there some people who look like they are alive here in our society, but actually they are already passed away? और उनके जो duplicates है वो है society में? Is that what is the problem? तो tell me one thing, Shirdi Sai Baba, ये जो रानी है, she is alive? जो रानी के बारे बात कर रहे हैं, is that queen alive? Shirdi Sai Baba, is that queen alive? Someone wanted to take Rani's name. So is Rani the queen? रानी नाम के साथ कोई है जो क्वीन से जुड़ी हुई है, ब्लू ब्लडेड? Are we talking about Anne in any way? But I thought Anne had already left the body and that Anne's EA was around. Are we talking about Anne Rani? Okay, if I can ask you, is the queen, is the one who's got some queen in her, I don't know what it is that in these horrible photos that I showed you of mine? Is that connected to the queen in some way? Let me show you these photos because we don't know whose photos they are superimposing on whom. I have no idea. So I'll just show it. I'll take the liberty of showing the photo. We don't know. I have no idea. पूछना पड़ता है. Because I don't know whose photos they are putting on whose face. In the case of the Rani family, they had a daughter they had Sweeney as a sister. She had a baby. That baby was just born. When the baby was just born, the one who was hired to look after the baby used to give the baby some tambaku or some I don't know, something that she used to put in her pan. She used to put it into the milk bottle of the baby, and the baby's parents used to party a lot. So that child, after a few months, it was noticed by her parents that her development was stunted. And then once they just checked as to what was happening, and they found out that the one who had been hired to look after the baby wanted to sleep, and this child used to cry, because obviously the child's parents, if they go, the child will cry. To deal with the child and put her to sleep so that she doesn't cry, this is what that woman who was hired to look after the baby used to do. So this is the reason why I need to find out who's the queen. The queen is pretty important, I feel. So anyway, Shirdi Sai Baba, this is one photo. I don't know. It's supposed to be my face, but then we don't know whose face they bring on whose face. So can you please tell me, Shirdi Sai Baba, क्या ये चेहरा के अंदर अगर इसने, if they have mixed this face with somebody else's face, okay, whatever this face is worth, is this the blue blood queen? This is the blue blood queen with this face. Okay, is this the blue blood queen? Is this the blue blood queen? Okay, so anyway, now I have not gone mad, hopefully, as yet. Now, 1 minute, let me ask another question. Yes, you irritate me in my ears, but I don't consider myself mad. You tried making me fall on a number of occasions, but I say God has been kind. My God will carry me irrespective. Over here, we've got something about you getting into my ear. You're the one who's sitting and talking all the time in my ear, right? What do you hope to achieve? I can't understand. Yes, Mr. JAYA.ADVANI is my grandfather. Okay, so just to give you a reference point of what I'm saying, to do with the ear. This is the reed. So this had to do with the Shraddh. And so it is talking about being, not having knowledge and being in the ear of somebody. In my case, I have told you many times, well, they're always passing comments in the ear. I don't use oil. I don't have autoimmune as of now. In the same breath, if you're trying to say that the word Rani was picked up, connected with Euro, connected with an EA, connected with the government of India. Then the word Yeri was also used. Somebody wants something from somebody connected with, I don't know if they want money or what they want, I don't know. So they're very desperate to prove something. Now, I don't look good in real life. I've shown you what the photo is. But here the photos, this video looks nice. I can't help technology. But you cannot judge somebody entirely on how they look. What my contention is, if somebody has been affected in some way, that means they never went under the knife of the doctor. They didn't need to look good to coerce people to take something from them. If you have somebody who's involved in something like espionage or involved in wanting to hoodwink people because they want something from somebody, then they're going to present themselves at their bestest, not at their worstest. You can only be stolen from if you have something to give. Is what I feel. So we have the word Yeri. The problem with the word Y-E-R-I, Y-E-R-A, Y-E-R-E, Yere, Yeri and Yera, it means mad. Okay, that's why it is a problem, and it comes from the brain space. So somebody shook hands with somebody to prove something, to get something, and in that some people were affected. This Shraddh actually that went has some people who were involved in the heist and some people who got affected by the heist. And so that is why the Shraddh in my home connected even with the Sarva Pitris, everybody, had an outcome that was not expected from my end at least. And Hanumanji was very much part of it. At least what should be done, what should not be done first came from him, from my temple. So there is something that is not being told. But something which is working heavily in the background for some reason. Here it talks about an EAER owing, the Gyani. There is a difference between being a Gyani and being an Agyani. Agyani is somebody who lacks the required knowledge. Gyani is somebody who has the knowledge. When you try to use things like neural networks or Neura or DeepMind, wanting to play God to make people fall, that's the word Girna and Girana. It's part of the read. It means you are highly agyani. You don't have what is required when it comes to understanding what works for you long term and what doesn't work for you going long term. So agyani is lacking the knowledge required. Artificial intelligence is primarily agyan. Not knowing how do you actually acquire a good birth and then live it to the fullest because you worked for it. You didn't do cheap artificial nonsense to steal somebody else's birth, putting a whole bunch of miscreants on a network and thinking that you suddenly ace the PhD. You don't do that. That's agyan. Alright? So the word Girna or Girana. Girna is to fall and Girana is to make somebody fall. Girana is to make somebody fall. Girna is to actually fall yourself. So this time Shraddh had to do with some people in the background who did some work of making people were not supposed to fall, but going out of their way to make them fall, spoiling things for them. The birth at birth being one thing, the way it culminated being different. So all that happens to be agyan. That is activity that stems from being a soul that lacks the knowledge. When you owe the gyani, and you may be whoever you may be, wherever in the world you are, it's calling out the EAs and the ERs, which is emergency response. When you owe the Gyani, it's not a nice place to be in. Because the Gyani is that is knowledgeable. Goes and comes from the literal. If you have an outstanding with that energy, then if you take Sudama's story, Sudama ate a little grams of Krishna. He had to spend his entire life, in spite of being Krishna's friend, in poverty, till he did not return the value of what he stole from Krishna within that lifetime. Then Krishna gave him something to enjoy, which was materialistically good. Now, if you are going to falsify somebody's brain power and make them mad using artificial ways Whether it is connected with things like deep mind, whether it is connected with neura, whether it is not even connected with either of the two, or you are going to miscommunicate hiding behind technology, artificial intelligence, user interfaces about somebody's God-given birth, then you become, frankly, somebody who is drowning in debt. To pay off those debts, you will have to do so how? By the birth you get in the future. I'm not saying that I'm sitting over here. The Rani can be anybody. I don't have to be it. In fact, it's a headache. I'm happier being normal, middle class Indian citizen. I'm just saying it as an example, given what I've got in these throws. So what I'm saying as, it's not about me being the Rani, I'm not interested. It is about an act. Because Shraddh, and when the ancestors come down to earth and having it eclipsed in 2 years is not a joke. You should understand what the long-term repercussions of it is. If you don't have this basic knowledge, then you fall in that agyani category. Then why are you getting angry? And if that is how the knowledge is so great, then how can the world become a better place? To be able to rule, you have to have the qualifications. These guys who are just changing face and going into key places, just a face change is not your soul work done through so many lifetimes. When you are given a position that you have earned by birth and then how you work towards it honestly, then you can say you are qualified to do something. Just changing face doesn't make you it. In fact, you will ruin everything. You're like a bad cook who doesn't know how to cook. Ask him to cook. What will you eat? So anyway, it's, this is the reason why we're discussing this way. Because this was very important, connected with the Shraddh, connected with whatever it is coming. To make people fall on purpose is not of good quality. They can be the worstest queen possible, but it's not your business to teach them a lesson. You yourself, you account for your own birth, no? And your journey, why you were given that birth. What is in you? When artificially, you're using artificial cheap things to make yourself feel okay. What are your qualifications? You're that inferiority complex ridden that you have to fall to those levels to feel okay about yourself. Isn't that strange? Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my face the way it is, because there's no point in looking nice but having a face that's not that nice, or is nice but was spoiled. No point. This is the reader, and this is who was asked about the bloodline. It may not be true. It may be true. I say for you to go out of your way to spoil things for me from the time I was how old? You wouldn't do it for fun. If I was born in poverty, Flipkart, kind of thinking that you do, wouldn't you have put me and trained me to actually become something that helps you take? But you didn't do that. You think this is my handiwork? You think this is my handiwork? You think I would do this to myself? You said what? Keep chutia? What did you say? First and foremost, do you have the balls to speak face to face, or are you going to be talking like a rat in the rat hole in my ear? Dark spaces are the sewers where rats live, parasites live, rodents live. To get rid of it, you just need the sun and light. They'll just die. Pop, 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 gone. In my ears, where you're talking a whole load of shit. In my intestines, where there's shit forming and piss forming, which gives you a bloody high when you're putting it to people who, I don't know why they even bother looking at shit and smells. Shit smells. Your shit smells too. Except that no one's interested in, being a piece of crap. Taking a mobile phone and looking at it and seeing what smell there is and then talking shit. That bloody losers too. Yes, loser class. Hey, loser class. That's what losers do. Genuinely, that's what losers do. So high levels of loser class. Anybody can get into a technology, fit a frickin' device in anyone's bloody fucking intestine, except it's too stinky a place to actually track. Not interested. And then to get high on it like the uneducated way, and then to talk shit looking at the app and seeing what smell there is in the body is a real loser's job. And you know where that loser actually is the loser? Not by birth, but at soul and by Atma, nothing else. So I would suggest you just level up, because you're really leveling, I don't know, and resonating at which level. It's not good for you, क्योंकि जैसे हमारा इंटेस्टाइन के अंदर लाइट नहीं होता है, वो बदबू है. What's in my intestine is smell of shit. Hey, what you got? Tunky or what? Somewhere else? You got a pipe in your ass? और जो तू shit accumulate करता है जब तू खा रहा है, किसी और के टेरेस के टंकी पे वहाँ पे accumulate हो रहा है क्या? या जो तू खाता है वो shit तेरे खुद के intestines में accumulate होता है. But nobody's got the time to see what is in that bloody stomach of yours. It's too bloody disgusting. So stop getting happy at such stupid things. Handed to you by stupid people who are not able to govern. Just 400 VC karke, just confusing stuff. It doesn't work. Now let's come to the topic of the year, you imbecile. And in that stomach, intestine, कालापन में छाया हुआ वो shit form हो रहा है. You're resonating with that. ओ पाताल, मेरा खुद का intestine हर दिन पॉटी पे बैठ के shit करूं. Why? It needs to be defecated, it needs to be removed. Even my potty will not keep it. That's why we have the flush. Flush से निकलता है sewerage line में पूरे complex के साथ. I'm not the only one who follows this. Every household follows this only. Then we have some system where it collects. There also they don't keep it. From that place also it has to be moved out. You realize that nobody wants to really hang around it. Yet you get happy on a mobile. You don't know how to live life. और problem क्या है? या तो ऐसे गटर का पैदाइश है. For you to feel okay, you need to do those activities that you resonate with at Patal Loka, on earth today. पूरा sunlight है, पूरा दुनिया है, बैंगलोर पूरा है, बॉम्बे पूरा है, आसमान ऊपर है, ज़मीन पे जो है whatever you see, there are so many good things to see. वो दिखता नहीं है. किसी का इंटेस्टाइन देख के तो खुश होता है. किसी के इंटेस्टाइन देख के useless shit तो खुश होता है. Who has given you this shit training? ए पाताल बराबर nonsense. Who's taught you this rubbish? Who's taught you this shit? So even when you are squeaking from under my hands, in my ear, in my feet, oh patal barabar, don't ever forget it. You resonate with पाताल, nothing else. ये पाताल का जो आउटकम, जिस तरीके से तूने लाइफ को जिया है, the karma earned by you is the slap destiny is going to give you by many births to come. Make sure you understood my words. Donkey hiding in different paths around my body, playing stupid sounds and talking a whole load of shit, like the shit in my intestine that even I don't bother keeping, nor does my potty bother keeping, nor does the bloody society that I live in with 3,000 flats, none of them, or 3,000, whatever it is, 2,000 homes, none of them keep that shit. All know you need to get rid of it. Why you don't get out of it, I can't understand. A Gyani wants to be Gyani teacher. छीन के तू कुछ बन नहीं सकती है, चोर है चोर. और चोर जो होता है उसका कोई औकात नहीं होता है. किसी चीज़ को गिराना और किसी चीज़ को चोरी करना, इट्स वेरी क्विक, वेरी फास्ट, शॉर्टकट. लेकिन उसके जो रेपरकशंस होते हैं इतने लॉन्ग टर्म. That's why the Gyanis don't even bother doing that. They can do a better job than you could ever do in taking things that are not theirs. You understood? Make sure you understood what I said. And listen, when we're telling you something, no, or time, चेहरा को अच्छा नहीं करो. Realize कि यही तुमसे बात कर रही है with this face. It is me who speaks. Nobody else. Did you understand? क्या है यहाँ पे ज्ञानी, और जिसने ऐसे कर्म किया है इसको खराब करने के लिए, ओ अज्ञानी, कटर की पैदाइश, पक्का अज्ञानी. Shirdi Sai Baba, this photo where we're looking nice, is that the blue blood? जिसका चेहरा अच्छा है. When we were talking about ज्ञानी versus अज्ञानी, ये जो अच्छा चेहरा लेके आके हमारे ऊपर लगा दिया है, is that a ज्ञानी queen? The one whose face is spoiled in the photo that I showed earlier, is that blue-blooded queen? I hope you understood. चोरी करना बहुत easy है. Woman, learn to do atmic work. You don't need to be a Kamwali bai before you become a Rani Lakshmi bai. That one is the biggest giveaway. Tell. Come on, enough bullshit. And don't steal stations in life that you haven't trained for. चेहरा जो है, only the miscreants will go and ghiss out in the doctor's thing so that they can steal from people. And when they do that, you come to steal births. Then that you steal from, you spoil the face also. You spoil the life also. And you are Gyani. Who are you kidding? So anyway, you're going to be dealt with a very heavy hand because of me. Or it is not going to leave you for a very long time to come. It is 426,000 years, starting from the very beginning. Sudama only ate channa of Krishna's share. You have literally stolen people's God-given births, shut their brain space off in some way, messed with it in some way. There are so many examples I'm getting where you have entered their homes, sending them to places that are the worstest places in most cases, shutting the cortex off. It is 426,000 years before you pay back. और पाताल से ज़्यादा तुम लोगों को और कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. The ones who have to decide for your births are all opposite to you in the lit realms. They will decide for you. You will be subsisting amongst everything connected to Patal Loka, like my intestine. The smell that makes you so bloody happy. And also the lack of light under my skin, in my ear, where you do all the talking. And my brain. That's all under the skin. No light goes there. But that's where you are the happiest. तो पाताल से आता है. Understood? Shirdi Sai Baba, let me ask you again. ये जो चेहरा है, is this the blue blood? This that you see in this photo, Shirdi Sai Baba, is this the blue blood? Is this face that you see, which is spoiled, in the pink shirt, in this photo, is that the blue blood? Is that for Patal? Is this pink thing is the... One minute, I think we should actually address this. It is high time. I don't know what it is with these people. Can't understand. I'm not saying maybe it is not me. It's okay. But this happens with anybody worldwide. The ones who are responsible for it, you're done for. It's over for you. It's over for you. Next 426,000 years. Useless class. No matter who you are. You want to use the word Mother Choth? Please do it loudly. Don't be a sneak cheap shit. Don't do that. It's just garbage. If this life for you was not possible and was tough for you, and you were in inferiority complex ridden that you have to do what you have done, the manner in which you've done it, it's getting a zillion times worse going forward. Just be prepared. And it's coming to you by your birth and the environment. There's nothing you can do to stop it because you have earned it. Make sure you understand what I'm saying. I don't think I have ever gone and taken things that are not mine on purpose. No chance. It's too undignified to do. Or then wants to make people fall. It's not my kind of stuff. I don't get a high off it. In fact, I think it's a very cheap thing to do. Okay, so just so that I'm more able to hold this, I'm leaving that as it is and I'm keeping this way. Shirdi Sai Baba, if I can ask you a question. This photo you see first and foremost over here, is it me who's holding this pendulum, who's wearing this pink t-shirt in that photo? Is that me? do you recognize that as the girl who has not got the periods for 2-3 months, has a tight stomach, has done many tests for both menopause and pregnancy, though I am not active sexually? So are you addressing me? This girl who's in this photo, in this mobile, the face is spoiled. Now what I want to ask you is, does this face, whose face is spoiled, am I going to Patal Loka going forward? My journey forward is what? Patal? Is it the Lokas at the lower realms? The ones due to which these things happened on my face, are they the ones going to Patal? Okay, this girl who's over here, whose face is spoiled in the photo, it doesn't look like it's a very nice photo. That's me only. So what I do want to ask you, Shirdi Sai Baba, is that actually blue blood whose face got spoiled with all the marks on it? Is that a blue bloodline? Even though that's a very horrible face, that's not a nice face, it's quite damaged, but yet, if I can ask you, so if I can ask you one thing, this that was fitted into my body, or ears, are you speaking about my ears being fitted with things? This Yeri, Yeri, it was primarily for making me fall, the holder of the pendulum. What do they hope to get in return when they make me fall, calling me mad? Or trying to project me as mad, whereas they're the ones who have fitted whatever into my ear and is connected with Neura, and I believe it is connected with some political party in India, who frankly has not the ability to govern, has been called the rogue. Not now, it's been called a rogue from the very first reading that I did in 2020. This and this are the same. This is also this me only, except that over here you can see that the face is got its own issues. Now I am not calling these people rogue on my own. My reading calls them a rogue from the very beginning. You wanted to play every side. You're trying to say, I've snuck my way over here to stay over here. And you're calling me a foreigner. What is over here that I wouldn't have abroad if I knew I was a foreigner? And if I knew I was a foreigner, or even if I didn't know, but you knew about it, what are you trying to put on me? If my bloodline is a good bloodline, why have you done everything? From a 5-month marriage not working, shapeshifters coming and going, my education happening, yet you refuse to take me as an Advani. You're calling me Jaya Kanna. The RBI and the NEFT and the IPMS and the whatever, you don't know what my name is. Your systems are that bad. Problem क्या है? या तुम लोग rogues है? Under you the ER works, I don't work. You don't have the ability to govern. That's basically it. Don't play sounds in my body. You are cheap. Don't make it cheaper. Who is Yogi? Yogi कौन है? Who's Yogi? ये government of India, Goa. Why are you in my ear using Neura? For what? हाथी महल जब हम गए थे to stay in 2014-15 sometime, that's when it was brought to my notice that the doors were all open and some people came and went. I was in deep sleep. But ever since I came back from that time back to Bombay, little conversation in my ears was happening. Not conversation, one word. Now that you have full sentences with bells ringing when I'm walking around my home, that gives you a high. और तुमको लगता है in the future you're going to get a good birth. All the best to you. You ain't seen nothing yet. ये जो युगा जो आ रहा है of artificial intelligence, it's called artificial. I'm scaring you, Goa government. क्या है problem? You don't know what you have done for yourself. I have to spell it out for you. You're a child. But I'm mad. Joke है, woman. Joke है. Don't bring your ugly face over mine. I got an ugly face, but it's much prettier than you. तुम्हारा जो आत्मा है वो सच में बदबूदार है. Just be careful. I know who you are. I don't care to call you out. जब भगवान तुमको एक काम वाली बाई के कोख में पैदा करती है ना, फिर रानी लक्ष्मी बाई नहीं बनना चाहिए. आत्मिक रूप से कमाओ, लोगों को मार के उनके घर के अंदर फेस चेंज करके रोग्स करते हैं, बट वेरी अज्ञान रोग्स. Nothing good about you. Be careful. You know who you are. I don't bother wasting my time with rubbish like you. If you strategize, I strategize honestly in a proper manner, which will thrash you over the next 426,000 years. You can't even imagine what's coming. Well earned by an Agyani like you. Goanese. We're trying to show you the word rogue, right? Because that's what we got. Or if you don't know why we're talking about ROI, is because here we have the word ROI. ROI is return on investment as done by you, so you will get the rewards. We have ROI and GOI and GO and the United Nations and Naraga. ROI is the work put in by you. Will give you the appropriate rewards. If you think insulting people of a good bloodline, mixing it up is giving you heaven, that's called illiteracy of the highest order. उसको अज्ञानी ही बोलते हैं. Explain Indians working in United Nations, translate and explain to the rest of them. Another thing to do with the ROI and fire, with EU and RAO and the EA. Fire is on the back of which all the darkness is left behind to pay back from amongst them everything that is debts on their books. The light will be cutting itself from you, leaving you to finish paying off and working through your bad karma. It's very tough going forward. I would not ever want to be you. Let's repeat it again. no matter how I look. That's just temporary over here, makes no difference. ये जो आत्मा जो है और जो काम आत्मा ने किया है, जब तक उसको तू सीधा ना करे, and not by free will, my dear, it is actually by birth. Till you don't straighten it out, it's just going to push you into a corner where those who were there to support you while you were working yourself through things, they won't be there now. Now you are amongst yourselves to sort your problems out. It's like a man having a lot of assets. He's taken a loan from the bank. He can utilize those assets to pay off the loan, but he doesn't do it, and eventually he even loses all the assets that he had. Yet he owes the banks those loans. What is he left with? The situation you have created at an atmic level for yourself is similar to that. Whether I am blue blood or not makes no difference. That's not the point. The point is about the Shrad, my experiences, that what is written in these throws, connected with the Shrad, and how it concerns you going forward. Okay? I also explained something. Don't go by looks, because those who have to go under the doctor's knife and look nice are there to take something from you. They're not the originals. To disrepute somebody, the extent to which you have done it, it means I had something you wanted, so you had to put me on a back foot so you could go ahead with what is mine. That's logic. हमने चोर किसी कंगाल से चोरी करते हुए कभी देखा नहीं है. जब चोर चोरी करता है वो बड़े घर के अंदर घुस के वहां से चोरी करता है. When you as ERO, the Gyani was born according to the Gyani's birth of having done the hard work through many lifetimes. But when you are owing them EA of the ER, then you should know what you have done. Your Gaia concept is connected with Nero in how way? Which ways? Nero is a software. Nero software we use to put out ads. Before it goes for printing, Nero is a software that is used after the creatives have been put together. Then to finalize those creatives, Nero software is used for publishing. So your Gyan of Gaia is equivalent to artificial technology of Nero. Do the real work, darling. It's an atmic issue. Even half a lie and hypocrisy is considered a fall where it matters. Not like a bloody fool trying to make people fall because you didn't earn your atmic journey well enough going forward. So you get a high like that patal shit, like the shit in my intestine. That gives you a bloody high. Also the useless crap that you do from dark spaces hidden under my skin, like a true bloody rat, rodent, parasite. We're trying to find the word rogue, so we can show you that. Yani, it is saying means AOAI rogue. Rogue can be GOI also. Rogue can be Goa also. Rogue can be Nari, can be Nara. It can be Naya, Rogue, AI. The new rogue is AI. Nari and Nara means woman and man. All that is rogue. Government of India, rogue. Those are the words you can make on the back of this with the word rogue. Anne can also be a rogue. It says why Anne is a rogue. Okay? You can make your own words around the word rogue, come to your own conclusions. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Shirdi Sai Baba just ask Shirdi Sai Baba. It is already 15:48. I think he has answered this differently today. I haven't taken the pieces and thrown it. I've just kind of done this. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the throw with Scrabble because somehow the read ended up in a different way. I'm going to leave it over here. Okay.